Namaste, welcome yogis, it's Jason. Let's begin our practice by lying down flat on our backs in Shavasana Pose. So lying with a straight back, extend your legs forward, just move your feet hip width apart and rest your arms by your side with the palms facing up. Slightly tilt your chin towards your chest, to extend your neck, and if you're able, just tilt your tailbone a little bit to lengthen your lower back. We have our friends here, Jack and Kath, who are going to practice with us. I'll guide you today. So take a nice deep breath in through your nose and exhale a slow sigh out of your mouth. And then if you're able, rest the tip of your tongue on the roof of the mouth behind the two front teeth where there's an acupressure point. And just begin nostril abdominal breathing. So inhaling deeply through the nose and exhaling slowly through the nose. Keep allowing the breath to go deeper and deeper. Fill the abdomen all the way up to the top of the chest and slowly exhaling. If you're able, take the breath all the way to the pelvic floor where the base of your spine is the root chakra. And visualize the breath moving all the way up to the line of the eyebrows. Take a short pause between the inhale and the exhale. And exhale if you're able slower than you inhaled. And this way we'll move into our calm center quickly and easily so that we're able to focus and be present in our practice today. Set an intention to be present for this half-hour practice. Now scan your body from head to toe for any tension, just observing any sensations that you're experiencing around your body, inside your body. And if you find any tension, just exhale it away. Just feel like every muscle in your body is relaxing, including and especially your face. Okay, so let's begin to move our body gently. We'll prepare the muscles, joints, and ligaments for the practice. So lying flat, we're extending the arms overhead, reaching the arms back, interlacing the fingers, turning the palms out, extending the toes forward as well, and then drawing the toes back, just opening up the legs a little bit. Turn your hands around and aim the knuckles away from you. And just feel for a light stretch in the tops of the hands and the wrists. And then keep your fingers interlaced and take hold of the front of your right knee. Just gently guide the right knee towards you. And just feel for just a light opening to the front of your hip. Just a little ease off the squeeze and then making a few circles with your right foot. So warming into our ankle. You might spread the toes, but try not to get a cramp. And just take the foot the other direction as well. And then relax your foot and just make circles in the air with your knee. So you can hold on to the knee still with both hands or turn to one hand, or make it a little stronger or deeper by letting go of the knee and making sweeping circles. Make 4 or 5 in each direction. And then take hold of the right knee with the right hand only. Reach your left arm out wide. Take the right knee out to the right side just until you feel a light opening or a light stretching in the inside of your right leg. Just gently opening up into the hips. And then bring the knee up, swap hands. Take the right knee with the left hand, reach the right arm out wide. Take the knee across to the left. Just keep it nice and easy here. Just preparing our legs. And then coming back to center, swap and move your hands around the back of the right thigh and just bend and extend the leg a few times, just like a baby kicking, little baby kicks, warming into our knees and warming into the back of our legs. And then just a little deeper, strengthening into our core. We'll extend the leg up, inhale, and exhale. Lift the head and shoulders. Take your forehead towards the knee. You might take the hands higher behind the calf or even your foot. You don't need to go too far, but if you can take the nose to your knee, do that. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and releasing down. Just float your right leg to the mat, and then loosely take hold of your left knee. Hug the knee towards you gently. And then ease off the squeeze again and make a few circles in each direction with your left foot, just breaking up any tension or tightness there. Going one way, going the other way. And then loosening up into the hip, making circles into the hip. 2 hands, 1 hand, or no hands. Just make sure that you're relaxing in everything that you do. Just going each direction. Remember, the main aim of yoga is for a peaceful mind and to have a peaceful life. So taking hold of the left knee with the left hand, externally rotate, taking the left knee out to the left and reach your right arm out to the right. And just relax in the pose. Feel at ease. And then let's swap. Take the knee up. Take the left knee with the right hand across for a little gentle twist. Okay. And we're back to the center, taking the hands behind the left thigh, just bending and extending the leg up and down. And then keep the leg extended. Inhale, exhale, head and shoulders lift, forehead towards the knee. Maybe take it deeper, climbing up a bit higher. Hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Head and shoulders release. Bring both knees up. Just have a gentle rock left to right. And just you can move the knees towards you and away from you just to get all over that lower back and upper buttocks, soothing any tension there. Good. And then let's float our feet down to the mat. Do your best to parallel your feet. See if you can touch the back of your heels with your middle fingertips. Okay. Tilt the chin towards the chest a little bit. If you need to, extend the spine so it's nice and flat. Start with your hands by your side, palms facing down. We will inhale, pressing into the feet, pressing lightly into the shoulders, and reaching the arms overhead. So that's your inhale. And then as you exhale, moving in time with the breath, coming down one vertebrae at a time. Hands reach the mat at the end of the exhalation. And then you're moving up, arms overhead in time with the inhalation. Hands reaching the floor behind you at the top of the breath. So that's your basic version, exhaling down. If you want something stronger, then you can curl up at the end of the exhalation, or even stronger, lift your feet off the mat at the end of the exhalation. Let's aim to do 10 of those. So you're working in time with your own breath. Everyone here is working at their own speed, at their own pace. So just remember, speed is really the enemy of peace. So we want to just move slowly with a smooth, steady breath. So you might find that you're starting to feel warm after doing this. That's natural. The core center is like a furnace. It starts to generate a lot of heat, which is good because that's detoxifying and purifying. Gets the digestive system going. Good. So once you've finished your 10, just rest with your feet on the mat, arms by your side. Take a couple of breaths there in semi-supine. And just let your breath stabilize again. And then we'll bring our knees and feet in together. Reach your right arm overhead and softly roll onto your right hand side. And just be there. Just make a small effort to stack your knees, your hips, and your feet. Okay, and your shoulders. Reach your right arm forward of the shoulder. Okay, so right in front of you, so you can see your hand. And then place the left hand on the top. Okay. And we're going to inhale with the hands together, and then as we exhale, we're going to lift that left hand up above the shoulder and take it back behind us. Some people can reach the floor, not everyone. Just move in time with your breath. See if you can watch the hand. Inhale, hands together. Exhale, hand up and over the shoulder. And we're aiming to do 6 to 8 of those. Starting to bring a little bit of openness to the chest and to the upper back, to the neck. Yoga is a great way of showing love for your body, for nourishing and caring, self-caring for your body. So once you've done 6 or 8, then you're going to just roll over to the left side and begin side 2. So never force, push, or shove your body into the poses. Just ease into them. Every day you have a different level of flexibility or mobility, stability. Just be happy with what you have to work with today. And then once you've done 6 to 8 with the right arm up and over, then you roll back to your right hand side once more and you'll push yourself up and you'll come into a child's pose. So you come to a kneeling position facing the front of your mat. Now if you're feeling a bit stiff, then you'll take the knees a bit wider. Okay. And just make sure you can breathe. Okay. So the most important thing is really to relax your tummy and your face. Even here, relax your hands. So we'll just make a soft child's pose here. And then let's come up to our hands and knees. Place your hands below your shoulders. And we'll just make a few rotations around the mat. We'll do a gentle aura massage. So going clockwise first, 3 or 4 times, and then we'll go anti-clockwise 3 or 4 times, mainly to warm up and prep our hands a bit more, wrists, fingers, elbows, shoulders. So make sure that we're going both directions. And then we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow where we lift and arch the back, so lifting the chin, maybe looking up, tilt the tailbone up. That's your inhale, and then exhale. Chin is in towards the chest now, tail is in towards center. And just coordinate your movements with the breath as you go. Inhale, cat and cow. And then come back to center and just sway your hips now side to side, dancing bear. So as the hips go one way, you can look over the opposite shoulder to make it deeper, or even roll the heels all the way over. Just don't let your bottom touch the floor, or your hips touch the floor. Just work to your level. We don't want any pain or major discomfort. Good, then come back to center. Rest your forehead on the mat, or if you have a towel, rest it on a towel. Turn into a rabbit. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Aim the knuckles up. Make some rabbit ears here. Okay. A deeper version is to roll onto the top of your head. If you're comfortable to do that, you can do that. Good. Then let's make our way once more back to all fours. Just this time, take the hands 2 inches forward. Aim with your index finger, okay, if your wrists are a bit sensitive, or the middle finger, just for general. Tucking the toes. Sit back over the heels. Stretch into your toes a little bit. And then push down with your hands. Start to lift the knees up slowly, pitching the hips up like you're pitching a tent. And then pedal your feet, walking the dog. Really actively pushing down with the finger pads, with the knuckles, really gripping the mat. Working into the lower legs. And then walk your feet slowly up between your hands. And we'll start to roll up towards standing. Okay? So just move safely. Whatever you do, move safely through the practice. Reaching up, both arms, maybe looking up if your neck's okay with that. And then bring your hands to heart. Namaste. Good. Let's inhale and sweep the arms up. Maybe hands come to prayer. And then circle the arms wide. And then float your hands down to the mat. And step back with your right leg, right foot. This is runner's lunge. Just lower your right knee down. Okay, and reach both of your arms up. So your back toes could be tucked or pointed, personal preference. Hands could be together, or you might even make a sword of Durga, okay, which is Kali Mudra, maybe looking up to the thumbs. Then gently float your hands down to the mat. Place the right hand down and reach the left arm up. Twisting dragon. Make it deeper by lifting the right knee up. Make it deeper by tilting onto the outside of your front foot. Make it deeper by tilting onto the outside of your back foot. And then float your hands back down to the mat. Could you go back to the top of a push-up plank pose? And then safely make your way down to the mat, either through a low push-up, otherwise knees, chest, and chin coming down. Just turning into a baby cobra. Or let's do a cobra lift so we can strengthen into our back a bit more. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And taking it back to child's pose. Just take a couple of breaths there. So you can come to down dog from child's pose. Just make sure your arms are at full extension. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees slowly again, coming up with those hips. Walk the feet up between your hands. Slowly unfurl the body, unfurl the spine. Straighten your legs. Reach the arms up. Hands to heart. So that was side one. Prepare for side two. Inhale to reach. Exhale, we're folding. Stepping back with the left leg, left foot this time. Left knee coming down. Reaching the arms up for low lunge. Take any deeper versions if you have them. Inhale, exhale, hands to the mat. Keep the left hand down. Inhale, exhale, twist, reach the right arm up. Possibly go deeper, lifting the left knee. Possibly deeper, tilt onto the outside of the right foot. Deeper, outside of the back foot too. If you can, look up to your thumb. And then replace your right hand to the mat. Take it back to a high plank. Hit the deck, so make your way onto your tummy through a low press or knees, chest, and chin. Come up for a cobra lift once more, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And retreat back to child's pose once more. Have a little breather. Okay. So from child's pose, extend the arms fully, tuck the toes, coming up, downward facing dog. Good. Let's walk our feet up between our hands. Slowly rolling up. So you might be starting to feel, the energy swirling through your body now. Get ready. Inhale to reach. This time we're going to bend the knees and come into chair pose. So just as though you're about to sit in the chair behind you. Arms can be up unless they're sore. Have the hands in prayer. Good. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Step back with your right leg, right foot. Just move your left foot 1 inch over to the left. See if you can come up for a high lunge. And then reach the arms out wide and twist to your left side. Maybe you can see your thumb behind you. Lift your back heel toes. Okay, your heel over the toes. Front knee is bending. Good. And then turn all the way to the right. Place your back heel down. You're in warrior 2. Float your back hand to your back leg. Reach the front arm up and over the head in peaceful warrior. And then come back to warrior 2, straightening your front leg. Reach over the toes, and then when you can't reach any further forward, float the hand down to the front leg. Back arm up above the shoulder. Draw a line straight up and down from hand to hand, maybe looking up in triangle pose. You're coming back to warrior 2, taking the hands to the mat. So you can go directly to downward facing dog from here, or you can take your little flow like we did before. Knees, chest, and chin, coming up through cobra, or chaturanga up dog if you know that. Taking it back to downward facing dog. Great. So looking between the hands, walking up, slowly rolling up to standing. Arms reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Prepare for side 2, and then we'll have a rest. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive down. Okay. Left leg, left foot, stepping back, right heel, right foot moving over 1 inch. Come up for high lunge. Back heel is lifting here, front knee is bending. Then take the arms out wide, twist to your right. You look into the back thumb if you can, twisted crescent pose. Then turn the upper body all the way to the left. Place your back heel down, coming up for warrior two. Looking over the front fingers. Good. Back hand to the back leg, front arm reaching up and over, peaceful warrior. Moving through center, warrior two. Straightening the front leg, reach ahead of the toes, triangle pose. And we're moving back to warrior two. Good. Floating the hands to the mat. And take it back to down dog once more. So go directly, or you can take a little flow. And then resting down into your child's pose. So a few standing poses there. Stop for fuel. Down dog is also a resting pose for some people. Good, and then we're coming back up to downward facing dog. Just walk your feet towards your hands and your hands back towards your feet. Good. And then slowly come up, standing in the middle of your mat. Good. Reach up once more. Hands to heart. Let's take a standing balance. We'll do tree pose today. So we're taking our right foot inside the left thigh if we're able. If you're not able to balance that way, you could always have your toes on the floor with heel inside the lower leg, opposite leg. You could also use the wall with your hand against the wall, standing leg closest to the wall, and just a half prayer if you need that wall. Good. Make it deeper, make it more challenging by reaching the arms up. Just draw back the ribs, keep the tail into center, and releasing down. Get ready to change sides. So you find one side is more dominant than the other. So spending 3 to 5 breaths in our tree pose. You can take it deeper if it suits you, if you feel stable. Never expect that you'll be, the same on both sides of your body. One side will be dominant than the other. And we're releasing. Good. And then slide the hands down the front of the legs. If you're able, turn into a gorilla, either resting your knuckles on the mat or lifting your feet, tucking the hands underneath, bowing the head. And give your legs and your hands a nice stretch down. And then make your way once more back to a down dog temporarily. Just pedal out your feet a few times. Roll the heels left to right a few times in a side dog. Just get a little side stretch. And then make your way onto your tummy. We'll take a little back bend, which will provide us some energy for the day ahead. Elbows under the shoulders, palms facing down. So you can either look down or look ahead. You might look up a little bit to deepen, but just a little bit. Make sure your legs are dead straight, so try not to let the heels roll out or even in. If you want something a bit deeper, then push down with the hands and lift the elbows into a seal. Just staying here for 3 breaths. Right, and then we're going to counter pose. Take the hands below the shoulders once more, pushing back to child's pose. And then safely return to being on your back. So the safest thing is to come down one elbow at a time, one shoulder at a time, if you need to take care, especially with your lower back. Good. So we'll take a bridge here. So pushing into the feet, lift the hips, interlace the fingers underneath your lower back or underneath your buttocks. If you're able to go deeper, tuck your shoulders under and be here for 3 to 5 breaths. And then after that, we'll lower down. Take the right ankle over the left knee. Just stay here if that's enough for you, or just gently guide the right knee away. Otherwise, we can thread our right hand, right arm between the legs and wrap our hands around the back of the left thigh in sleeping pigeon. Or for some people, can take it deeper and move the hands in front of the shin. And breathe. Any knee issues on the right side, flex the right foot. And then get ready. Left foot is down. Slide the right leg over top of the left leg. Shift your hips 1 or 2 inches to the right and then guide the knees over to the left. Right arm is out to the side. Here you can look to the right as well to deepen. This is twisted roots. Some people like to double wrap the legs here. And moving back to center. Don't forget to centralize your hips as well. Coming back for side 2. Sleeping pigeon, left ankle on right knee. Stay there. Or take the hands behind the right thigh. Or maybe in front of the right shin. Take a few breaths, stretching out your glutes. And then we're taking that right foot back to the mat if it's up. Left leg stacks over right or double wrapping. Scoot your hips 1 or 2 inches over to the left side. Knees are going right. Gaze to the left if you're able. Just relaxing. And we're moving back to the center. Hips to center. Scoop the knees up once more. Take the knees apart for an inner leg stretch. Or go deeper, grab the feet, just have the soles of the feet together for easy happy baby, or you can take both feet up for full happy baby, and possibly having a little rock side to side. And then we'll float our feet back to the mat one by one, re-extending our legs, re-extending our arms, resting by our side. We'll take a rest now. We'll take 3 or 4 minutes rest in final relaxation post Shavasana. If your lower back is sore or sensitive, you can keep your legs bent, resting the knees together. Like we did at the beginning, take a nice deep breath in. Exhale a sigh. And maybe a yawn too. If you have a lot of mental tension that's showing up in your face, release that with a yawn. And just feel as though you're sinking into a pool of gravity, totally surrendering. No resistance whatsoever. Just remain detached from any distracting thoughts. Just filtering out any negativity. And just enjoy the fruits of your practice this morning. Just resisting any urge to fidget or to move. Just find stillness in your body, stillness in your mind, peace in your heart. And we'll just slowly begin to rouse. So use your inner vision to watch yourself moving your fingers and toes. Feel free to stretch your arms and legs a little bit, just whatever feels natural. Scoop your knees up, give yourself a hug, and say thank you to yourself for practicing today. And then you may either rock up, holding onto your knees or feet as you rock up, or safely roll to your side, and coming up to a final seated position or kneeling position. And we'll bring our hands in gratitude in front of our heart center. Just taking a moment to remember what we have to be grateful for today. Not just the big things, but the little things as well. Maintaining an attitude of gratitude at all times, especially during difficult and challenging times. So we'll finish with a simple prayer of peace. Om Shanti. And we also like to finish with palming, which is like yoga for our eyes, where we rub the hands together until we've got that energy in the hands. And then we just cup the hands over the eyes. You can open and close the eyes a few times, drawing the energy. And then blessings to you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Have a beautiful day.